Deep in the mountains of Nankang stood a thatched hut where a man kept watch over a grave. Its walls were covered with poems. 5 years later, half the hut had fallen in. The writing flaked away with the mud plaster. All but one poem. That one stayed red, as if brushed on yesterday. And the man who wrote it held nothing but a worn-out brush and a bowl of clear water. This case is recorded in the Yijian by the Song dynasty writer Hong Mei. To understand how those words got there, we go back to the 7th night of the 7th month. The man of that hut was called Yang Daming, a scholar from Chenglongli, the county of Nankang. When the father of Yang died, he built a hut beside the grave to keep mourning. He had kept it into the 2nd year. It was true wilderness, no living soul within 10 li. There was no road up. You climbed by hauling on vines, one grip at a time. Besides him, the hut held only 3 or 4 schoolboys and one servant who cooked. At dawn on that 7th day, while the servant worked the stove, a Daoist came up from the foot of the mountain. Starved of company, Yang was overjoyed. He welcomed the stranger in and offered him a seat. The Daoist spoke first.
In the 8th month, disaster will find you. Take my medicine, and you may escape it.
So saying, he loosened a small gourd from his belt and shook out a single pill. Yang thanked him, but did not swallow it. He tucked the pill into his sleeve and only said,
"If trouble truly comes in the 8th month, it will not be too late to take it then."
The Daoist did not press him. He only smiled and spoke again.
I have a favor to ask of you. Will you grant it?
Please, sir, say on.
The Daoist raised a hand and pointed at the cloth robe on the rack.
Give it to me.
Yang suspected a trick and did not move. The Daoist asked once and asked again. Unable to refuse, he handed the robe over at last. The Daoist took it and began to fold it into that little gourd. The mouth of the gourd was wide enough for one finger. And that cloth robe went in, inch by inch, until all of it was gone. Yang stared, one thought turning in his mind. Was this some conjuring trick? But the Daoist laughed.
I never wanted the robe of yours. I was only testing you. You gave it. That is rare.
He reached into the gourd and drew the robe back out. He shook it once and gave it back to Yang. Then he asked for a bowl of water, tapped a pinch of powder from the gourd into it, and stirred slowly. After a long while, the clear water set into a single red pill, the size of a marble. He lifted the pill and asked Yang,
This one, do you dare take it?
I have no illness. I dare not accept.
The Daoist did not insist. He tipped back his head and swallowed it himself. Then, slowly, he said,
You have kept watch on this mountain a long time. Money must be thin. I have something to leave with you.
He called a boy to fetch a lump of earth, the size of a fist. He closed it in his hand and breathed on his fist 3 times.
Guess what I hold?
I do not know.
The Daoist opened his fingers and set the thing on the table. A lump of gold, blazing, and the 5 fingerprints of the hand that had gripped it were still pressed into the surface.
Take it. Let it buy some comfort for the mother of yours.
The father of Yang lay buried on that mountain. His mother was still living. Those words went straight to the heart of him. Only then did he understand. The man before him was no ordinary man. But a second doubt closed in. First the robe, now the gold. He is testing me again, with money. Yang bowed low and refused it. The Daoist laughed aloud, threw the gold to the ground and kicked it. The blaze died under his foot. What rolled across the ground was the same lump of earth as before. The Daoist rose to leave. Yang begged him to stay for a cup. He would not. Desperate, Yang pointed at the poems on the wall and said,
These were all sent by friends. Might I ask you, sir, To leave one too?
The Daoist picked up a warm brush from the table, flicked it on the ground a few times, dipped it in that bowl of clear water, and wrote on the wall. The strokes were huge, yet not a trace of ink showed on the wall. Nothing could be made out. He threw down the brush and drifted off down the mountain. Yang saw the guest off, came back, looked up, and froze. Characters were surfacing on the wall, a faint purple. It was a poem, 12 lines. It told everything of that day. It praised him as a devoted son, whose devotion moved heaven and earth. It said, "Heaven pities his hardship, and on sea sends high back to him." The emperor in that line is no earthly emperor. It means the Lord of heaven. Heaven pitied the mourning of Yang. On the 7th night, it sent down a Hui to look in on him. Who this Hui was, not one soul then could read. The poem went on, "Since you will not take the gold, I will not force it. Only hold to that resolve of yours. High office, one day, will come as easily as turning a hand." Before the poem stood a signature, 4 large characters, 乱汉道人, each character 4 inches across. He stood below the wall. The color was still shifting. Purple turned to red. In the end it burned as red as if written in ochre. The next day he went down and asked every villager. Within 10 li, not one had seen this Daoist. The local scholars reported it to the county reported to the prefecture reported to the throne. An edict came down, granting him silk, honoring his devotion. 5 years on, a new sheriff was posted to Nankang. Chen Shicai was his name. He heard the whole account from the mouth of Yang himself. Then he made the trip to find that hut. Out in Tone only half of it had fallen in. The poems had flaked away, near gone. Only the one by Luan Handaoren remained burning red, as if brushed on yesterday. That is the story. But this old case leaves a few things that do not add up, and will not let go. They are worth a second look. First, Hongmai wrote it down twice. In the earlier Yijian Yizhi, Che had already recorded Yang meeting a man who reefed on stone and made purple gold. That earlier version he read in the court diary of the emperor. This one came from the visit by the sheriff himself. No wonder the prefecture reported it. The throne granted silk in its day. This case crossed the desk of the emperor. It set the 2 records side by side, and small things will not match. The years differ by 1. One says Zhenxu, one says Guihai. Even what he breathed on, one says stone, one says earth, which is truer. Homai himself never said. Second, the 2 things the Daoist did. A gourd mouth 1 finger wide that swallowed a whole robe, 3 breaths on earth, and the earth became gold. In modern nuclear physics, one element turning into another is a real thing. Only the threshold is frighteningly high. Whether space can be folded to hold what is larger than itself, modern theory has truly brushed against the idea. Could those 3 breaths and that little gourd have touched the trick of it? No one can say. Third, the signature plainly reads La Handaoren, but that line in the poem, sending Hui back, lets slip another name. Liu Dongbing, who wondered the world of men at play, used one alias above all, Hui Daoren. The character you holds 2 mouths. Stack them, and you get the character Hui. Chen Shicai and Hongmai both suspected it. The one who climbed those vines that morning was Liu Dongbing himself. Look back. From the door to the farewell, every line the Daoist spoke was a question on a test. The robe asked whether he could let go. The gold asked whether he was greedy. 2 questions answered in opposite ways. What was asked of him, he gave. What was given to him, he refused. And somehow, both answers were right. That morning, if the one crouched before the hut had been you, on the table, gold with the marks of 5 fingers, blazing. Do you reach for it, or not?